guys, what I'm going to do is sow some, sorry the sun's in my eyes, which is quite rare for the sun to be up. I'm going to sow some cosmos today, 3 different types. As you know, I love my cosmos. If you're a regular viewer you would have seen the videos from last year. I'll pop a little photo up here. Love my cosmos. So today I'm going to sow 3 different types. Some white ones, this is called Candy Floss White. And some red ones called Gazebo Red. That's those ones. And some mixed. I grew a lot of these last year and they put on an absolutely awesome display. And these are Sensation Mixed. There's no date on this packet, so I don't actually know how old they are, but we're going to sow some anyway. And I'll just be sowing them in the Super 7 trays, and I'll pop them inside for a little while just to get them up, and then virtually everything else I'm sowing this season will be staying in this greenhouse with no heat and no protection. Hopefully I can keep it frost free. I could be sowing and putting stuff in the porch on racks, but it kind of, it's the greenhouse purpose was for this purpose, so put them in the porch. I'm still going to be growing them in fake light because there's windows all the way around but there's nothing at the top, so ultimately what's going to happen is it's going to reach for the windows and go leggy. So I'm going to sow these in here. These will go in a propagator, these Cosmos, and I'll bring them out in a couple of weeks when they're up, and they'll sit in here to their own devices as well. So let's crack on. So there we go guys, bit of Cosmos sowing. Box standard seed compost, same stuff as I used last time. It's nice and fine, no lumps in it. And we'll just be sowing into the propagator trays, these little tiny ones. And simple process really with Cosmos. Just pat down. And what I'm going to do is just lightly water the surface so there's a bit of moisture, so that the seeds are in contact with moisture before I cover them. And we'll go for the mixed to start with. As I said, I don't know how old these seeds are, but we're going to sow them anyway. In my trusty pot. And they're quite big, these seeds, so you can pretty much sow them quite sparsely without them sitting on each other. I'll just do a few. I don't need a huge amount of these because they do get quite vigorous and they can overtake and spread quite rapidly. But that'll do, that's plenty for me. Bearing in mind I've got 2 other lots to sow. So I'll remember to label them this year because last year I forgot. In fact no, I didn't, I labelled them, but I had them in kind of, they were in pots to be honest, and I started moving them around into trays and forgot the labels and got them mixed up, so I didn't know what colour was what. So that's the Sensation Mixed. I'll put a label on it now, just so I know what I'm doing and what we got. Cosmos Sensation Mixed. That'll do. That's one done. Door keeps blowing open. I have to get a little hook for that. There's some white ones. And these are the Candy Floss white. These are quite a lot smaller than the other one. But, oh, better put some water on there. Nearly forgot. Could have warned me, guys. Yeah, these are quite a bit smaller. So I'll just sprinkle these about. There's not many in the packet, so I might just do all of these. Yeah, it's not many in there, so I'll just sow them all, space them out a little bit. Job's a good one. And that is the white. Candy Floss white. Pop a label in there. And there's two done. So the last one is the red ones. Now this packet's open, but I can't actually remember sowing any of these red ones last year. If I did, I don't know where they went because I can't remember having any in the garden. So we'll see what happens. And these are the Gazebo Red. Look quite nice. Don't know where I'm going to put all these plants yet, if they all kick off. But as you know, as gardeners, we'll find somewhere for them. These are quite big, these ones. So we'll do, I don't know, we'll do a few. They all come up, got nowhere to put them, I can always give some away. Everyone loves a free plant. That'll do, that's plenty. There we go, that's the red ones. Oh, that's handy. There's a little label on the back. Superb. Right, that's the cosmos done. I think we'll do some bunching onions. So, spring onions, I'm sowing an old favourite, White Elizabeth. This is a really small module tray, 12 cells. It was a long thin one. I just cut it in half, so it was a 24 cell tray, but I'm going to sow these quite compact, sort of 8 to 10 seeds per cell, and I'll actually plant them out as bunches. So that when we take them, we're taking them as a bunch. Give a hole in the middle. drop of water. Now these are old seeds, so I don't even know if these will germinate. I stupidly haven't dated them, so basically it's just a pinch, and drop them in the hole. So 8 to 10 seeds. Or probably a few more in my case, although I've got skinny fingers. Jobs like this, they're fat fingers. Yeah, very fat fingers. Get them everywhere. Never mind. Surprising how many seeds I've got here actually. If they are any good, I'm going to have quite a lot of onions on it. Lovely. And just top that off again. A little bit of compost. Fill the holes in. And that's a tray of white Lisbon. Better stick a label in. These are going to stay out here. I'm not giving these any special treatment at all. They can fend for themselves. I'm pretty sure this greenhouse is frost free, to be honest. And they're going to stay in here. I'm also going to do some sunflowers. Now these are different sunflowers. They're actually a perennial sunflower. Get the trusty box. I tried to grow these last year and had no success at all, so I'm going to try again. They're quite tall, they can grow up to 2 metres tall, and they're quite a wavy, bushy plant. Hope you can see that. There they are. They're nice for the back of the borders to give you some height and colour. They're quite nice looking flowers. But as I say, I couldn't get these to germinate last year. I'm going to try again. I never give up entirely. So I'm going to try them again. The ones I actually wanted to get were called Lemon Queen, and I couldn't get them anywhere. So these are called Year on Year. But we'll try again. I'm going to sow these. Again, I'm going to sow these in these small modules. Because when they're big enough, I'll just pop them on a little bit. But I'm assuming, being quite a spindly, bushy sunflower, they'll probably be quite small stemmed plants. So I don't think really they need to be in big pots or nothing like a lot of wood with your conventional sunflowers. But anyway, just have a look at the seeds. I can't remember what these look like, to be honest. I'm assuming they're quite small because they're the perennial variety. Yeah, they are quite small. So I'll use the trusty pot, and I'm just going to put, perhaps I might put a couple in each cell. As I say, they didn't germinate last year, so I might as well cut my losses and sow a few extra. I think you can space these in the borders quite far apart anyway, because they do bush out. But I say I always wanted to grow the Lemon Queen, but I couldn't get hold of them. I think these are similar. Just got to try and get them to germinate. So I'm just going to try and pop one in every hole. These are quite small. Get more than one, I'm not bothered. 2, could be 3 in there, I don't know. I won't bore you with this. So that's those done as well, guys. Just give them a little top water. Again, they're going to stay in here, fend for themselves. I don't hold much hope with these seeds. As I said, I couldn't get them to germinate last year. Might be the way I'm doing it, I might be sowing them too deep. I might be drowning them, I don't know. But we'll give them a go, persevere. So these is the peppers that we sowed a few weeks ago and I potted on, guys. These are the bullhorn mixed. As you can see, they're looking pretty decent. And the Capsicum Giant Bells, ooh, within 24 hours of potting them on, they shriveled up and gave up. I'm not too sure why that is, because they were sowed at the same time as these ones. They were pricked out, potted on, exactly the same time, same compost. These are done fine, and they just gave up. So whether it's dodgy seeds, I don't know. Seems a little bit odd because they germinated fine, so I'm not going to blame the seed. I just don't think they liked it. So the Heleniums, got a few come up, not very many though. But I'm pleased with these. So I've got a few peppers. I will do a re-sowing of these ones because I'm a bit disappointed about that really. But that's gardening for you. We'll do a re-sowing and see how we get on second time round. So I've put up one of the new raised beds, guys, just so you can see what it's all about. These are 1 metre square and 12 inches deep, and they're pretty sturdy, as you can see in relation to the pallet collar. It's pretty much exactly the same height, and all we're losing is 20 centimetres on the depth, or the width should we say. So the idea is to put 6 of these new beds on this area, 2 along here and 2 along there where this one is, and 1 over there. These beds are just bought offline. They're pretty sturdy, they bolt together just with nuts and wing nut screws. Galvanised. They're obviously going to get a little bit warmer in the summer, so I'll have to keep a good eye on the watering. But there they are, guys. Just another 5 to build, and then about 1500 litres of soil. That's going to be fun. So one of the highlights of my year, guys, as well as the gardening, is watching the Bluetits nesting. Last year we had a successful couple, and I've got 2 boxes up, and this morning we've got up and noticed a little bit of activity. There's a pair jumping around the garden looking at both boxes. I'd stick my neck out and say it's probably the same pair as last year. Bluetits do like to go back to the same nesting areas, and more often than not the same boxes. So hopefully we'll get a bit of Bluetit action as well this year. So this box here wasn't used last year. This is one I made myself and just stuck on the conifers. It's just made out of an old pallet, and I didn't use that, but I've seen them this morning looking around that one. The one on the garage, which I'll show you now, that one there is where they nested last year, although it's a brand new box. It's in exactly the same place. And we had a successful brood, should we call them? Clutch? Not sure. I saw at least 8 fledge, so hopefully we'll get a nice little family again this year. I'd rather they nest in that box on the garage because it's got a clean flight path, and Bluetits do like quite a clear flight path into the nest box. So I'd rather they use that one than the one on the conifers over there, because it's just a bit of a clearer path, because to get to the one on the conifers they're going to have to go over the house. So we'll be keeping an eye on this over the next 3 months, guys, as well. What will it be? Box A or box B? Time will tell.